endorphins, the runner's high. So studies about how it is that exercise affects us on an emotional level have been going on for a while now. This was something that really people, I mean, anybody who's experienced, who's done exercise, who does exercise on a regular basis, or who has at some point in the past, knows intuitively the positive emotional results that you get out of exercise and being physically fit. But scientists, wanted to figure out a way to explain this on a more physiological level, in a way that they could actually explain what it is that was going on. So the first major discovery that came about in this research was in the 1970s, when this concept of endorphins was discovered. The name endorphins is made up of two different words that were put together. Endogenous morphine. Endogenous means that it's produced from the inside, and morphine is, like the drug morphine. So it's basically, endorphins was thought of as a kind of like painkiller, natural painkiller that occurs in the body. Endorphins are produced in the hypothalamus and pituitary glands, which very often work together inside of the brain. Again, you can refer back to that previous slide where we showed where they are located. So the way that endorphins work is they act as neurotransmitters and attach themselves to pain receptors in our brain. So neurotransmitters send different information throughout our brain, and then the way that this information is transmitted to us is by being attached to different receptors, which translate the messages into something that is more comprehensible to our minds. So pain receptors generally serve to translate different messages of pain that come to them, that are submitted to them when we experience pain inside of our bodies from various external or internal factors. So when endorphins come along, what they actually do is they attach themselves to these pain receptors and thus block the messages of pain that are trying to be sent inside of the brain. So by blocking and reducing this pain, this actually induces a form of euphoria inside of the mind. So various artificial drugs, such as morphine, heroin, cocaine, or even chocolate actually is included amongst this category, mimic the effect of endorphins by actually also producing this form of euphoria by blocking the pain receptors. Of course, it's always better, and this is a running theme that you'll see throughout the presentation, is it's always better, if possible, to produce these types of chemicals and reactions in a more natural way, so that we don't have to worry about the side effects that come about. Namely, in this case, the down that comes afterwards. So if you induce this euphoric pain blocking effect in an artificial way through any of these artificial means, then once the effect wears off, then the pain will become a lot more potent, which is what leads ultimately to addiction. This is not what happens with exercise, however. So because we're producing the endorphins on a natural way inside of our bodies, then this only serves to make the body stronger and more able to produce these endorphins on their own. So another interesting fact that I read about in one of the research studies that I was looking at is that when produced naturally, endorphins are up to 3 times more potent than morphine. So another good thing about natural endorphins. Now on to the next slide.